All right, today we're going to step away from the world we know and take a journey into a totally different way of seeing things. We're exploring a philosophy where softness isn't weakness, but a source of incredible endurance, and where true strength is actually the guardian of gentleness. Welcome to the world of Arreqqana. You know, everything we're about to get into is pretty much captured in this one single verse. I'll read it in the original first. Nakia sjira lakasor. Lakai panata lalae nosilar. And what that means is, softness sits beside strength, and I worship lalae with silence. Now, this isn't just a pretty line of poetry. Oh no. It's the philosophical key that unlocks an entire culture. So, at the very heart of this are two ideas. Nakia, which means softness, and kasor, or strength. But look closely at how they're described. These are not opposites duking it out. Nakia isn't being a doormat, it's a channel for endurance. And kasor isn't about being cruel, it's the guardian that makes gentleness safe. One is about receiving, the other protecting. They're partners, a team. Okay, so this really elegant idea, it isn't just some abstract thought experiment. No, it's a living, breathing principle. It's a guiding scripture that calls for a really specific kind of harmony in your life. And there it is. The spiritual lesson is right there on the screen. The real challenge is to hold both of these qualities at the exact same time. You have to be soft enough to actually receive the world, to learn from it, to endure what it throws at you, but at the same time, be strong enough to protect what's gentle and precious. It's this constant, dynamic dance. Now, this is the cool part. Let's see how this philosophy gets built. And I mean literally built into the world. I want you to picture the coast of Arreqqana, a place where these ideas aren't just talked about, they're made real, in stone and in light. First up, we've got the Vavaska Hajas beacon. It's also called the Lighthouse of Minds. It's right near a temple, and its light, well, it isn't just for ships. It's a symbol of divine truth cutting right through the fog of our own doubt. And get this, its unique silver blue glow is fueled by a special oil infused with moonlight. How amazing is that? Next is Morsawa's watch. This lighthouse is all about family, about kinship and protection. It's named for a legendary cousin, and its lenses are actually designed to take the light from Arreqqana's two moons and split it into a dual beam. It's meant to look like two protective arms of a family, guiding you safely home. And then you have Jiroa Point, which is basically the people's lighthouse. This one isn't for academics or nobles. It's for the everyday people who make their living on the sea. It's not maintained by some official body, but by the local fisher folk themselves, who leave offerings of seaweed wreaths. It's a beautiful, living tradition, a real beacon of community. But here, this one, the Nakirawa Star Spire, this is where it all comes together. This is the lighthouse of balance. It's the most direct physical representation of Nakia and Kasor. How? Its beam literally shines softer when the seas are calm, and then it grows stronger, more intense during a storm. It adapts. It embodies softness when it can, and strength when it absolutely must. Now, these lighthouses aren't just standing in a vacuum. They're watching over very different communities. And you can actually taste that difference in the food. Up on the wealthy upper coast, it's all about refinement and celebration. Think fancy dishes like the Chiara Shell Feast with saffron and wine. But down on the lower coast, the food is about grounding, survival, and community. Big pots of fisher's stew, made with whatever the catch of the day is. It's ceremony versus comfort. So, we've seen this philosophy in scripture, in architecture, even in food. But what about in the human heart? How does all this shape the way people actually love and connect with each other? Well, it all hinges on this crucial difference between resonance and comparison. The Arreqqana tradition says that comparison, asking, is my life better than yours, is a spiritual dead end. It just creates imbalance and envy. Instead, they focus on resonance. They ask, how does my life echo with yours? It's a total shift from measuring material worth to aligning spirits. This proverb just captures the idea perfectly, doesn't it? The moon does not envy the sun, yet both keep the tides. The sun and moon have totally different strengths, right? Different ways of being. One doesn't try to outshine the other. They don't compare. Instead, they work together, and their completely distinct energies combine to create something as powerful as the ocean itself. So in a relationship, they call this weaving the currents. The idea is that two people are like different currents in a river. Maybe one person embodies more Nakia, gentle and yielding, while the other is more Kasor, driving and protective. The goal isn't for them to become identical, but to interweave. The softness cools the strength, and the strength guards the softness. What you get is a woven river, a single bond of harmony that's way stronger than two separate streams. And finally, we get to the deepest level of this whole philosophy, the words people actually use. Because when a concept is truly central to a culture, it gets baked right into the language itself.
Okay, take the word lemasar. In English, we might just say, I miss you, which, let's be honest, often has a feeling of sadness or emptiness to it. But lemasar is different. It's a longing that's filled with warmth, not with ache. It's that feeling of remembering someone fondly, with a gentle, a soul smile.
And when you break the word down, you see it's like a tiny poem. Le means soul, mi means gentle, sar means to reach out. So, to lemzar is literally to gently reach out with the soul.
You can really hear that softness in how it's used. La lem mi sarjea lea nadan. I am softly longing for her this morning. See? There's no desperation in that, just a beautiful, warm moment of remembrance.
Here's another incredible one, zara macha. This is a word for things that just feel otherworldly. You know that feeling? When something echoes with a kind of sacred strangeness, like it belongs to a place just beyond our normal world. That's zara macha. And again, the roots of the word tell the whole story. Zara means beyond or veiled. Make means realm or an unseen place. So Zara Make is something that comes from a veiled realm, a place you can feel, but you can't quite see or touch. So in practice, someone might say, Zaramahe tonarle narvin, which means Narvin speaks in an otherworldly voice. It's used for those moments when the veil between worlds feels really thin, for sacred places, moments of divine inspiration, or those strange dreamlike states we sometimes find ourselves in. And that brings us right back to where we started, with a call to balance. We've journeyed through this philosophy, from scriptures to lighthouses, from relationships to the very words people speak. And now, the question this culture asks is one we can definitely ask ourselves. When the world feels heavy, which path will you choose? Are you moving with nakia, that softness that endures, or are you striking with kasor, the strength that protects? The real answer, I think, is finding the balance between the two.